What's up, folks?
Hey,
We're back.
everybody.
Another Thursday night. Man, we have got a big guest on this week. I can't believe it.
Yes. And he's not only big, but he's big. He's not that big, but he's big.
Well, I think he's trying to lose a little weight. I don't know.
He's not that big. He's not that big.
Oh,
But,
okay.
Let's say hi to everybody in chat, 'cause I don't want to leave him backstage too long in case he decides to run away.
I know, before he gets out of here. All right, we got Amy Jo. What's up, Amy Jo? Beading Crazy. June. Miss June, I didn't check to see if she got her package yet. I hope she did. Stressful Mom. Plywood. Beading Crazy. Miss Francis. Perry the Carving Wizard. Dad, what's up? Plywood. Where's it? Gerald wrote. It's a new name for me, but what's up, Gerald? Romine? I don't. Who else did I seen somebody else up there? I think I seen Mike is making stuff. Jeff Dowdy. What's up? Soldier Farms. No, I don't know that I've seen that name before. There she is. Artsy Doodles. Dad, what's up?
And Matt Carves just popped in. Backroad Bill just popped in. So Kevin Eller, a lot of people are popping in. So thank you guys for being here. I do want to take a second because I have been slacking on this so bad for the last couple of lives.
Yeah.
I do want to say and give a shout out to all the channel members. Thank you guys. I have the scroll up so you can be recognized. Thank you very much for being channel members. And 77 Rockets popped in. Ryan, thank you for being here. Perry the Carving Wizard, and so on. Thank you guys so much. So tonight we have Jason from Jasco Goods on, and I'm really excited about this because Jason has really excellent content. Really from beginners to intermediate to further. And if you're looking at trying to make money with woodworking, this is a guy that you want to check his videos out with because he's got a lot of good stuff going on. Eric Makes, thank you for being here. So I'm not going to keep him backstage any longer. Let's bring him up, Rusty.
All right.
Everyone, please welcome Jason.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate it. I've never been on a podcast like this before, so.
Cool.
This is learning experience, another learning experience for me.
We're learning every day.
Well, thank you for being here. And what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to pin the link to your channel up. So if for some reason, I mean, you've got, I think it's 68,000, 60,000, right in that ballpark subs. But if for some reason somebody on this live or that watches this live has not subscribed, please go subscribe to Jason's channel because I think he is funny. I enjoy his content. And I don't think you will be disappointed. So there you go. The link is now pinned. You have permission to leave this live long enough to go give him a sub and then come back. You're not going to want to miss anything.
Thank you, guys. Awesome. I appreciate it.
Yeah. I guess I will just jump right into it. So I got to hang out and chat with Jason a little bit. And you're not a stranger to wood before you started all of this. You were a builder. What were you, a framer, a contractor?
No, I started as a assistant superintendent for a home builder out here on the West Coast, and then I moved up to superintendent. And then the economy crashed in 2007, 8. I think it was 2006 is when it started, but I made it till 2008, and then that was the end of that career. So I started about then. But I actually started making stuff when I was a kid. I used to like to. I lived with mostly women. My dad wasn't around, but my grandmom had some of my grandpa's old tools. They were all hand tools, handsaw, hammer, and I used to go in the garage and just try to make stuff.
Yeah.
Out of wood. Nothing spectacular. You know, I was a little kid, but I think I was in like I know it was elementary school when I started. So yeah, so I started a long time ago. Just nobody ever showed me how to do anything. I kind of learned on my own, mostly from YouTube lately.
Yeah, that's where I've learned everything.
Yeah. So
go ahead.
I've been doing woodwork. Just a real quick background so we can get to know each other on screen. I've been doing woodworking for about a little more than 10 years, and just basic house projects, you know, small furniture ideas, home decor stuff. And what really brought me to your channel and excuse me, your ideas were some of the simplistic, small money-making ideas that you have. And you have an Etsy shop, correct? Or you did?
I still have it. I haven't made any woodworking stuff on there. I just have t-shirts on there and some mugs and hats.
Okay,
it's my merch now. Now I got my merch on there.
But when you started it with the because I remember the mountains. I think one of the very first videos that you had that I've seen that kind of blew up for you were the square little or the rectangular mountains that you painted up really nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
So that was good.
Hey, do you have stickers, Jason?
Do I have stickers?
Yeah.
I don't think I do. I don't think I have any up there, but I will get some though, and I'll send you some.
Heck yeah, man.
Because I have my logo. I'll just put it on a sticker.
Heck yeah.
That'd be perfect. I go through I don't know what you would call it, a drop shipping. I don't know if it's that, but they do everything like t-shirts, mugs, hats, and I'm pretty sure they have stickers.
Oh yeah.
So it's just a matter of uploading the logo and putting it on a sticker.
Yeah, we kind of got a little sticker thing going on in the community. Everybody's got a sticker, and everybody sends everybody stickers, and we got them all piled up in one place together.
Awesome! I have to get in on that. I got a whole blank cabinet.
There you go. Heck yeah, man.
That cabinet will get filled up in about 2 weeks. This community loves them some stickers, and they will mail them out by the hundreds, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Did I freeze or did Jason freeze?
It'd be you.
All right. That's typical. So tell us, if you don't mind, give everybody a little bit of idea. And one thing I did want to say, I love the little action figures that you have in all of your videos.
Yeah.
Those are awesome.
I got one right.
But
yes.
trying to give everybody an idea on your thought process when you're coming to create something. How do you come up with some of your ideas?
So usually I would go on either Etsy. I'll scroll through Etsy. I'll scroll through Pinterest. My wife helps a lot. She's really into like the little handmade home decor items, So she'll tell me some stuff she saw on Instagram. But that's normally how I do it. And then I try to take it and not copy it, but like kind of put my own spin on it. Like I did a Halloween box, and I don't know if you guys saw that one. The front of it, it glowed. Well, I didn't come up with the Halloween box. I mean, that's pretty, common thing. And I saw one with a pumpkin face just painted on it. And I was thinking, how could you do that and improve it? And I thought, it'd be cool if that would glow or have lights. I like adding lights to stuff. I always say in my channel as a joke, if you're not good at woodworking, add some lights to it.
Yes.
So
yes,
I
love
like
that
adding
too.
lights to stuff. I don't know why. And so that's how I do. I just look at a thing that's already there. Because a long time ago when I started on Etsy, I try to be creative and come up with my own stuff, but it's hard to market stuff that nobody's looking for. So I made some stuff that I don't even know what category it would fall into. It was like a wall decor art. But if it's not something that's trending, it's kind of hard to get it out there. So if people are already looking for Halloween boxes, which I don't know if they are, I just happen to come across them. or something, you know, like that, like wall sconces, something that's popular. There's a lot of websites you can use. I'm probably all over the place because that's how I think.
No, you're good, man.
But there's a lot of websites where you can look up stuff that's trending. Google Trends. I just asked ChatGPT and she gave me a list of like 4 or 5 of them where you can look up stuff that people is searching for. And I've showed on my channel ways that you can do it on Etsy. You can go on Etsy and you put in wood decor, wood Halloween decor, and there's a way to show bestsellers. It's a little trick that I show. They used to have
tried that.
What's that?
I tried that.
Did it work for you?
It did work for me, yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. So I learned that from watching Etsy guys that do Etsy stuff, not even necessarily woodworkers. Back when I was doing Etsy, I watched a lot of stuff on how to be successful on Etsy, and they had an actual category for bestsellers on Etsy that you could click and see what the bestsellers were. For whatever reason, they took it off. I can only speculate why, but they took off that category, but they changed it to star seller. So now it's people that they may not necessarily have the best products, but they're meeting all of Etsy's criteria to be a star seller, meaning they ship on time, they got so many good reviews, and whatever else it is to be their star seller. But that's not necessarily, like I said, they're not necessarily selling products everybody are looking for. So you could take that category and switch it to bestseller, from star seller to bestseller up in the top URL. Yeah. And it'll bring you to the best sellers in whatever category you're looking for. And then you can just see, like, if you're looking up, you could be specific, like a wall sconce. If you want to see, hey, are any wall sconces best sellers? And then see, what did they do? What can I improve on what they did to make it better? And that's pretty much how I find the things that I'm going to make or the things that I'm going to sell is that way.
Awesome. So I do have a question. And it is one of your latest videos. I believe it was a short, and it just rang home with me. It was the ring box. So I have to ask, how many picture frames did you ruin trying to get the glass for the top of the ring box?
Honestly, I actually got those from the Dollar Tree or the dollar store. My wife, she was good enough to come in the video and act like I stole her frames, just as a joke, you know. But I actually got those from the dollar store, and I probably went through 3 of them, and they were just too thin. I think somebody told me it could be done. Like a couple people in the comments said, no, you should have been able to use those. In the full video, not the short, but in the full video, I show that I actually not only did I get some from the dollar store, whatever, Dollar Tree, whatever it's called. I also went to, there's a thrift store by us that sells old used stuff. And I think they were even cheaper. They were like 50 cents, but they were nice frames. So I took the glass out of those. They were thicker and they were much easier to cut. You'd think thinner glass wouldn't be harder to cut, but for some reason it just kept shattering everything I tried to do to it.
Maybe it was just more fragile. I don't know.
Yeah. So I probably went through 3 of those dollar store frames before and then I finally went to one of the thrift store frames, and that actually worked better.
Awesome.
So have you've done the littles and that what making money? Have you done, and I'm not privy to the entire library, so you may have done this, like any furniture at all, any like what are the skinny tables that go behind the couch, or anything? Are you like into furniture at all, or is it all?
I am into furniture. Yeah. On my channel, I've done like an end table. I did a little vegetable bin. They're not huge. I'm not doing anything really big, but I did a vegetable bin. I can't remember what I did on my channel and what I did in real life. In real life, I've made quite a few furniture pieces. I did a kitchen buffet. That was the first time I learned how to do cabinet doors. I did these cabinets on my channel, the ones behind me.
Oh, nice.
I did those. I don't think the video did too well on that. For some reason, the videos that do better for me are on my small stuff that I do.
Right. Yeah.
When I do, like I did a furniture thing just a few weeks ago, or a few months ago, probably, up in the bathroom. I did like this I don't know what you would even call it. I think when I looked it up, it was called not an end table, but something to that effect. But it goes in. It went. I put it in the bathroom, and it was just made out of plywood. That video did okay. There's not a whole lot of flair you could put on some of that stuff. I guess if you're going to do furniture and you're going to try to make the videos work on YouTube, you got to make it to where you have something hidden, or you have to have something. You can't just come with another piece of furniture.
Right.
Almost everything's been done on YouTube, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You got to put your own.
I want to say hi to a couple of people that popped in. Baron the Boss Lady, thank you for being here. And since she said hello, Artsy Doodle, thank you for being here. So Artsy Doodle, I love her name. And every time she's in chat, and she's in just about every one of our lives.
Yeah.
Woodworking 52, thank you for being here.
What's up?
We over dramatize her name just because I like it so much. And now in chat, she's trying to over dramatize my name, which is funny. So it's kind of a thing going back and forth. So, but that's awesome.
I think I've seen her in, I don't know if I think I've seen her in my lives before, or maybe it was in somebody else's live that I was in.
It's very well.
I've been in a few different lives.
The community that we have found, and I cannot say this is our community. This is not our community. We have stumbled upon it. Is amazing. It is truly amazing, and I hope that when you do live and do videos, that you start seeing some of these people on your channel. As we were talking about backstage, and we've got resin artists, wood carvers, chainsaw carvers, carpenters, just such a huge dynamic of people that hang out with us that it's awesome. And when you start watching, you know, if you have time and watch the different videos, the amount of talent that's out there is just, it's amazing. And they're loyal. They put up with Rusty and I week after week after week. So it's pretty awesome. But I will say, if anybody would like to ask Jason a question, put it into chat. I'll try and grab it. But I am going to ask another question, if you don't mind.
Nope.
Me personally, I think your videos are funny.
Thank you.
I think it's I don't want to say it's a dry sense of humor, but you definitely know you pick up the hint of humor that you put into your videos. Are you funny like that in real life, or is that something that comes out on the screen when you are trying to make a video?
I would say I'm like that in real life, although my wife tells me you're not funny all the time. I don't know. You think you're so funny. I hear that all the time. And now I have proof. I'm like, look, babe, look at my videos. Yeah. They said I'm funny. But so that's my personality. I have a weird personality. And when I first started making videos, if you go back to my beginning videos, maybe the first 5 or 6, 7, I don't know. There's not that much humor in them. It was just me explaining stuff. They're kind of long and dry. And then I wasn't getting very many views. So I just, all of a sudden you're like, I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm just going to be stupid in here and say what I want. And that's what I just started doing. And then when I started doing that, people were laughing. And I saw some stuff, because I try to watch videos on how to make, like I did on Etsy, how to do better on Etsy. You know, there's a lot of people there's so much information on YouTube. And I'm much better at watching a video than reading. So I watch a lot of videos on what I'm trying to do. So I watch videos on YouTube, and somebody said, if you want to be good on YouTube, there's there's a million people making stuff out of wood. There's a million people, doing whatever you're probably going to try to do on YouTube already. The only thing you have that's different is yourself. So I just started being more myself. And because like I said, I wasn't getting many views. I just started saying stupid stuff in the video to see who was paying attention, and people reacted to it. They liked it. So I just was like, okay, I'm gonna be full on myself, and I just let it go out in the video like that.
So Matt Carve says, and there's two things I want to talk about, because one, it's hilarious. But Matt Carve goes, when your wife says you're not funny, you got to double down on that. So, and then somebody who is obviously more familiar with the channel than I am, Woodworking 52 goes, Jacko farts. Have I missed farts on your channel? Because if I have, I'm watching your entire library. And I'm gonna go on. We had a live. I was on a live the other day when I think it was carving or painting, and we got into a full bore conversation about farts and poop and I mean, it was chat, it was me, it was crazy. So have I missed the farts? If I've missed the farts, I'm going to watch.
You may have, yeah. Yeah, they're in most of the videos. I get a lot of comments, either positive or negative for those. Well, I've been called disgusting and stuff like that. So usually I do them they're in post edit. They're not like during while I'm building stuff. But that was another thing I snuck in during the. I got the maturity of like a, I don't know, 7th, 8th grader maybe, and so I started sneaking, like, you know. I think the first time I did it, I was just doing something, and in the background while I was editing the video, I did it. And somebody in the comments was like, "Did you fart at frame number?" You know, and it was just, you know, you have times during a build where there's nothing really to say. Here's me standing. Here's me drilling a hole. And it's almost kind of boring. So I just added in a fart sound, and then people were like, wait a minute, did he just, and then in the comments, people were like, did he fart during, you know, so I just started adding them after that here and there through the videos.
So Eric
awesome.
Eric Makes goes, if you've missed his part, you haven't watched enough. And you're like, you probably got me. But my problem is I try to watch so many videos. I try to support everybody that's supports the channel and others. You try and watch videos to find people like Jason that may be interested in coming on the live and, you know, spending one-on-one time with the guests, not only to try and help them pick up a sub or two, but it kind of personalizes everything. So yes, I probably was not paying attention, but there's a lot of times I will just have videos going in the background while I'm doing something else to try and help get watch hours or views for other people. So you're probably correct on that.
No, I do the same thing. I that's completely understandable. I do the same thing. There are every time I get on, there's so many videos on there. 30 minutes, 45 minutes, you know. And sometimes I'm like, all right, I got time for a 10-minute video. I got time for a 50-minute, you know, or I do like you said, I'll be working on something and I just have the video gone. So I can get them watch time and I can like kind of pay attention. So I totally get what you're saying. But yeah, almost every video, there's a couple farts in there somewhere.
And I've also got to say that I fart so often, not on the live. We had that discussion too. But I fart so often, if I heard a fart, I probably thought it was me.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
All right, I got a couple. So are there any other platforms other than YouTube? Are you just watching YouTube, or, you know, because there's like Rumble. I know that there ain't a whole bunch of stuff over there, but, you know, I think it's growing. I think it's going to be something that'll eventually try to challenge YouTube, but it's not there yet, or anything. Or you strictly staying on at least just watching stuff on YouTube, or do you go anywhere else to watch stuff?
Mostly I watch stuff on YouTube just because there's, like I said, there's so much on there. It's hard to add anything else in there.
Right.
You know, I got, I don't know if, sorry, like I have stuff popping on my screen. I have an Instagram and a Facebook, but Meta went through this thing. I don't know if you guys heard about it, where they were just banning all kinds of people for no reason, just like falsely banning people. I got caught up in that back in like June. They banned my woodworkers channel, and they banned my personal Instagram, my personal Facebook that I've had for years. And so and then I heard if you try to make a new one, they know it's you because of your, you know, they banned that one too. So I didn't even try. But I'm hoping that one day it all gets straightened out and they give me back my channel. So I was on Instagram and Facebook. I tried Rumble. Rumble actually reached out to me, a lady from Rumble, and asked me to put my stuff up on Rumble. And so I did, and I put a bunch of it on there, but I was getting like 3 or 4 views on you know, the same videos. I was getting thousands on YouTube. So I was like, you know, it just was so much work to like
Right.
be on so many different platforms. I stuck with, at that time, I was still on Instagram and Facebook and TikTok. I have a TikTok and I have a Twitter. I don't do much on the Twitter. I've got pretty much all of them. But the main ones I've been doing lately are TikTok and YouTube. But if you go on TikTok, it's probably the same shorts I put on YouTube.
Nice.
Yeah. I can't get into the shorts thing. Hell, I can't even hardly get a damn video out, but I don't know. I got to work on that. But all right, my other question is, so who do you look up to? Who do you know, who is the dude or girl that, you know, it's just like, wow, they make some amazing stuff. You know, you got anybody that you watch and it's just like, yeah, I could learn some stuff from this guy, or, you know, whatever.
Yeah, there's actually quite a few. Man, I like you know, and I don't remember a lot of the names of their channels. One of them is, I think it's Lincoln Street. He makes some pretty cool stuff. I don't know if you guys heard of him.
I have. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Lincoln Street. Yeah. He's made some pretty cool stuff that I watch. I feel like some of the ones I watch wouldn't be as accepting of my content. Because I feel like they're making more higher end stuff, you know, and my stuff is low end.
Right.
Like I get comments sometimes, you know, that's not real woodworking and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I don't know for sure. They might, but I'll comment on their stuff, and there's no response or anything like that, you know. Where like I feel like, you know, we're down here, you know, and they're a little bit above us.
Yeah, like Blacktail Studios.
Yeah,
that guy makes some amazing stuff.
Exactly.
But I mean, you know, that's his market share. You know, he's able to sell that. You know, if he's not just making it all up, but
yeah,
you know, but
yeah. So I like to stay, you know, down here with everybody else because I like I feel like it's friendlier, you know. So I have some guys that are up there that I watch sometimes, but I try to spend more of my time lately watching like people that are like in our you know, on our level where we're making little stuff. I try to help out people that have smaller channels and watch their stuff. And I mean, they have enough views up there. Even though I like them, there's a lot of them that I look up to. I can't think of anybody right off the top of my head that I could say.
Who is the guy? I know you've probably seen him. He's the guy that's like in not Sweden, or maybe it is, but he's got I don't know. I can't think of anybody's damn name either.
Yeah,
but,
that's how I am, man. I can't think of their names, but I watch their channels.
Yeah, he
So while Rusty's thinking of the name, I want to piggyback on something you said. You had mentioned that people are like, "Oh, that's not real woodworking," or, you know, "That's not this, that's not that." Do you go to battle with that conversation? And I ask because a lot of times with the carving community, you know, at least, and some in the woodworking community, because you don't do the proper dovetails or you don't do this proper joint or something, you know, it's the same thing. "Oh, that's not true woodworking because you didn't do this." The carving community, some people jump out and say, "Oh, well, you didn't use carving tools. You're carving with a Dremel, so that's not real carving," but it is. How would you combat that? Because you're using a saw, you're using glue, you're putting things together, and you're making things. You know, what is your argument for that, I guess? And I'm not trying to get into a whole thing, but, you know, what are your thoughts on that?
No, I get what you're saying. You know, I don't even let it bother me because I've just worked in construction my whole life since I was 18, and I know how men, especially in the trades, you know how they are. Everything's a competition. When I was younger, that kind of stuff bothered me. I'm 50, you know what I mean? Like, I don't let it bother me anymore. I've learned I think with age that don't get caught up into what they think. You know, they're kind of in their own. It's kind of damaging to them. That whole macho, like you're not doing this because you're not using this wood. And I've had guys come on my channel and say, bull bull crap, you ain't selling that stuff. I'm sitting by, this one guy was telling me he was sitting next to all this dark walnut and it was worth of this money and he's not making that kind of, and I'm like, oh, sorry, brother, I don't know what to tell you. Like, if you're not making that money, then that's, but I'm not on here to lie to people. Like, you can see on my Etsy that I sold stuff. And that's one of the reasons I keep the Etsy too. So I don't really get into all that, they say stuff and I just make a funny comment back. I don't, I just try to let it go over my head. Sometimes it's bothersome, it depends on what mood you're in. But for the most part, I don't let it bother me. I just do my thing, if you don't like it, don't watch the channel,
There you go. Old Path figured it out. Jesper makes. Jesper, he's like that guy that's in Sweden or one of those Nordic type countries or whatever, and I like watching him, but
there's a couple of them.
Bourbon Moth. I like Bourbon Moth, but
I like him too.
Yeah, but like you said, they're making high end stuff, and I'm like, trying to put a box together. With straight sides.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I and they're using the Festool and all that, and and I mean, God bless them. Hey, that's their thing, and there's a lot of people out there that are watching that. So I like it. I like to watch it. I like to see where maybe I'll be someday. I don't know. Maybe I'll be up there someday making that stuff. I don't mean up there like they're above us, but to that level, I should say, of woodworking. But right now I'm just enjoying where I'm at with it and just learning.
I just want to get up there to where Delan and Mike is making stuff, and those guys where they're making stuff. Oh, Mike, he can if he can't bang it out, by God, he can fake it. And I want to be able to. I can't even fake it,
and don't even put me in that category because I'm still way down here. I look at it like this. I like making some higher end stuff. The problem with me is I'm self-taught, so it takes me so long. I made a rolling island for my wife, and she wanted it to have storage. She wanted it to have doors, and she wanted it to have a barnwood look, butcher block tabletop. And that was well before I ventured into YouTube. The problem is because I was teaching myself, it took entirely too long to even think about making a video because I was still trying to figure it out myself. And, so those are kind of the projects that, you do one or two of, and you do one, it comes out good. Okay, I can make it better. Let's try to do a video. But it's really the smaller ones. Like I made some floating shelves with drawers and cabinets. I did a couple of videos on, small stuff like that. But yeah, you know what? It's all woodworking. I don't care what level you're cutting wood, you're measuring it. It has to be functional, no matter what. And if it's functional and it works and it looks good, it's woodworking. Yeah, I would love to be those guys that are making the dovetail joints and all that. But I'm not there even after 10 years.
Yeah.
Eric said, wait, I just noticed something. Is that a Waffle House interior behind Rusty? Yes, it is. And the service here sucks. Hey, can we get some coffee? Scattered, smothered, and covered. Geez, they ain't getting a tip. They're not getting a tip.
And I've got to say this for everybody that hasn't seen Rusty before, I really feel like you're getting let down tonight. So Rusty's wife is on vacation.
Oh, yes.
And as everybody else in chat knows, every once in a while, Rusty will spout out something And then out of nowhere, you will see this yardstick come and slap him in the back.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys are missing out. His wife's not home, but I guarantee at least twice a night he gets whacked, and he gets whacked good.
Yeah, she keeps me in check.
Yeah, I got one of those.
Yep.
But
mine's at work still.
I hear you.
It's only 4:30 here.
Yeah.
It's 7:36 here. My wife went away for the weekend. She won't be home until Sunday. So she's enjoying some alone time on her own, and I'm here with you guys. So
how long have you and Rusty known each other? I wanted to ask you guys that.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know.
It's been a couple of years.
Yeah, 2 years, I think. And to be honest,
in person or online?
No, only online. Yeah, only online. How did I meet you?
So we met through, and a lot of people know this story, but I'm gonna go through it, quite quickly. We met on Bourbon Tube. We met drinking and getting drunk live on YouTube, which is a whole different level of YouTube. I mean, we weren't like that. We were. I had a channel. Rusty started a channel to where I was doing bourbon reviews. On Saturday nights, we would do a live, and we would have people on just like this. We would all be drinking, bourbon, talking about different bourbons and life events, stuff like that. And Rusty and I just kind of, we got attached to each other. I don't know if that's good or bad, but we just kind of stuck together. Rusty decided that about a year ago, wasn't it, Rusty?
Yeah, almost exactly a year ago. Well, it's a little over a year, but yeah, I was going off the deep end, and it was out of control. I was out of control with the drinking. I really was, and I apparently I had some other things, that I didn't realize. I guess I figured these things out. I went through therapy for a little while and had to deal with some stuff, but and I didn't realize, what it was doing to me, what it was doing to everybody around me, and so I had to either straighten up or die, basically. I was in a pretty dark space, but I guess I'm better. I'm not doing like I was. I'm not drinking, but I'm not to the level like I was drinking days in a row. Like, wake up drinking, pass out, wake up drinking some more, pass out, wake up.
There would be nights, and I don't think there's anything I can say that Rusty doesn't already know.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back a little bit. So around that same time, my wife and I were talking, and I was drinking probably a lot more than I should have, because doing a woodworking video is one thing, but when you're shooting 3 or 4 review videos a night to try and get content, it starts adding up. So around the time that Rusty decided he was going to stop drinking, I put it on the table. I said, look, I'll stop with you. So he stopped, I stopped, and we've just kind of been together ever since. So
that's awesome, man. That's a really good story, to be honest.
I went through AA for a while, and it helped me out, and helped me deal with stuff. But here I am.
Yep.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. I mean, it's like a bromance.
There you go.
I'm not making fun. It's like, it's
no,
like,
it is.
It's a
it
good
is.
story,
It's probably more of a bromance than anything. And I've got to tell this story because it kind of got weird the other day. So Rusty calls me up, and I don't talk to him all week. I talk to him maybe a couple times a week, and then for sure before the show on Thursday to make sure he's going to be there. And he calls me up one day, and I can imagine this is how he looks. So I'm going to solo myself. I imagine he's sitting there at his desk, and he goes, so yeah, are you mad at me?
Yeah.
Is there something wrong? Are we fighting?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, Rusty, we're good. He goes, are you sure? Because I really feel like something's wrong. And I'm like, no, Rusty, everything's good. He's like, well, if you're mad, you can talk to me about it. And I felt like I was talking to my wife.
Shut up. Whatever.
It's the way you said it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Oh. Damn.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's a really good story.
Yeah. So, and Kevin says brotherhood, not bromance. Brotherhood, not bromance.
I kind of like that better, Kevin. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not as funny, but we'll go with it.
We'll go with brotherhood. All right. So at this point in time, I would like to give, because we've kind of, hit you kind of hard with the questions. You asked the question about Rusty and I. Do you have any other questions that you would like to ask us?
Let me think. I didn't even think of any. Besides that, I wanted to just curious how you guys met each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to get into the carving like you are. I just found my old Dremel. It's from the 90s, and I just pulled it out.
It still works.
Because that's what you use, right? A Dremel?
So I started out, a lot of people use the Dremel, yes. I have what's called the V4 1200 flex shaft. It's more flexible, and you're able to get around better with it. But starting out with the Dremel, 100% is you can go that route. And there are so many different carvers. If you have not, I will throw out a couple names for you to subscribe to check out.
Yeah, here, let me write it down. I got a pen and paper just in case.
All right. Search Amy Jo.
You know what? I think I'm following Amy Jo.
Okay. Rhinestone Suzanne.
I might be following her too. I think just the other day, maybe I was in your live. I was in somebody's live, and they were giving names to follow, and
yep.
So how do you spell rhinestone?
RHINESTONE.
Rhinestone, and what was the other part of it?
Suzanne.
Suzanne.
Yep.
Okay. I think I might be following her.
And then 100% above all else, Matt Carves.
Can you spell that?
MATT, and then Carves, CAR.
Oh, Carves. Okay, I thought you said something different.
Yep. There's others like Jordy
Johnson. That was like the two simplest words in the world. I'm like, how do you spell Matt? Yep. I thought I didn't hear Carves. I heard something like a last name. I thought you were saying.
Oh, okay.
So here's the Dremel I found. It's like from the 90s.
That'll work.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
Yeah, I looked it up in ChatGPT. I asked ChatGPT about it. Oh, you want me to do it again?
Yeah.
She said it's a really good brand. It's made of metal. I guess a lot of the newer ones have a lot of plastic. Like the outside of this is plastics, but the inner parts in this one is metal. So she said it's actually a really good one. So
and
I thought I was going to buy a new one.
If you do get into the carving and you're going to try it out, I will suggest. And I don't have a link for them. I know Matt Carves does, Rhinestone Suzanne does, but there's a company here in Michigan called Kutzl. They're Kutzl Burrs, KUTZUL, I believe. They are the go-to burrs for Dremel carving. So if you want to start out, I would pick up a set of them and really work on that. And that's a good start. Your Dremel, some Kutzl burrs, and go from there. But definitely check those channels out.
See you, Ray.
I'm gonna use it in my next video. This one to
right.
I got some windows I got to cut out for some little Christmas things I'm making. I'm gonna use the Dremel.
And I am being corrected on my spelling.
Oh yeah,
correct.
Yeah, Kutzl. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That sounds. Yeah, I've heard of that one.
Yeah.
I can't. I don't know what I bought from them, but I've heard of that name.
So they have good grinding discs to where you can carve grinding.
I think I have them disc. I think I did a video about a giant cutting board, and I used it to make like hills and valleys in it. Not a cutting board, but like a more of a, I can't say the word, charcuterie. Oh, I said it. Did you see
There
that?
it is. Hey, look at there. You're French. You can speak French. Oui, oui.
So that's where I think I heard the name. I bought one of the discs. It has all the spikes on it.
Yep. So I didn't use the Kutzall discs, but I made some American flags with a grinding disc, and I want to get the Kutzall disc to try, but I bought this $8 disc on Amazon, put it on my angle grinder, and started just grinding away American flags, and they actually came out really nice. I think I saw your video on that. I see so many woodworking videos, and then later I can't remember who I saw doing it. I remember what I saw them making, but I don't remember who I saw making it or a lot of the other details. But yeah, I think I might have saw your video for that. Awesome. And I want to say hi to one person because there's a reason. She's here for one. Resonating Art by Amy. I do want to say hello to you because you're here in chat. But I also want to recognize, so Amy put out a video today. And if you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. I did not know that Amy actually carves. And she put out a video of her carving an owl into a tree log that came out really cool for one. And she had other carvings behind her that she has done. So to kind of help promote, if you haven't seen her video that she came out with today, go check it out because she did a pretty good job and I was really impressed with it. So Thank you. And that's it.
I wrote her down too.
Awesome. And everybody, as always, you are allowed to put your links in chat. So if you can pick up a couple subs, please do. I see some of you have been doing it, but make sure you put your links in so people might be able to jump on the bandwagon and check you out. And Runa goes, yep, she's another of us multitasking hobbyists. That is the best way to put it. Yes.
What did he call it?
Multitasking hobbyists.
Yeah. Yeah, that's almost more me than well, no, I do a lot of woodworking stuff. I guess I could still be a woodworker, but yeah, I like to add other elements into it too, like the laser engraver or like some vinyl. We were talking about it the other day. I like to put I do stuff with clay. The what is that clay? Polymer clay. Have you guys ever used that? It's almost like a plastic.
I have not. But it's like an air dry
kid, but you can put it in the oven at a low temperature.
Oh, okay.
And it turns into like a plastic. So like certain things you're making or something. I made these what were they?
I'm not trying to be dumb, but when you're talking about putting it into the oven and it turns into plastic, it kind of reminds me of those, and I know it's different, but it just popped in my head, so I've got to say it. Remember when we were kids, and we're about the same age. I'm 52, you said you're 50, or I'll be 53, you said you're 50. What were those things that you could put in the oven? They would shrink, but come out like plastic and be like
shrinky dinks.
Maybe.
I think he might be right. Yeah, or they were stickers, right? You could paint them and stuff.
Yeah, and then put them in the oven and bake them, and they come out like plastic figures.
Yeah, and then they had other ones that was almost like stained glass, where it was beads. Yeah. You remember those? And you put them into the metal ring or whatever it was, and made a shape, and you put the different colors and the different slots, and it would make a so it's not like that. This is almost like it's clay is like Play-Doh, but you could put it in the oven and it doesn't feel like plastic, but polymer I think is a plastic polymer.
Yeah,
it's called.
Right.
So it just hardens, and it doesn't like shrink up or anything. So you can do all kinds of stuff with it. You can make a knob out of it if you want. People make jewelry out of it all the time. But I was making, I want to say it was a key holder, and I made it look like a campsite. And I made little rocks out of the polymer clay and put them in a circle like a campfire, and just stuff like that. Just little things like that.
Awesome. And since Rusty hasn't done it, give me 1 second because
what did I forget now?
Horrible at doing this.
What did I do?
I'm going to put your link into the chat because.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I know. I just like hanging out, man. I like talking with people. What did my wife said? I am a social butterfly. Like, whatever. I like to hang out and freaking chat. Okay, what do you want?
So Rusty hasn't done a lot of videos, but Rusty's getting more into videos, and I really enjoy it when Rusty's wife is in the videos. Not to get weird, but it really does.
I'm right here, Deland. I'm right here.
But I've said this before. It really, the two of them working together, it really steps up the work. And I'm not saying that to be rude, but
no,
they
I
work
will
really well together.
Yeah, we do. We absolutely do. I'm probably codependent or whatever, some sort of thing. I work better when she's there guiding me, because to my own devices, I am so freaking scatterbrained. I'll be working on something and see something else and get to thinking about that. And I got 15 freaking projects going on, but when she's out there, she keeps me, she can reel me back in and keeps me, focused. And I don't know. I love her for it. She's my buddy. She is my woodworking buddy. And we've just, I've been married to her for 32. I don't want to get smacked. No, she's not here. 30. Well, let's see. This year will be 33, I think. Yeah, 33 years. So we're best friends. Our first big project was our camper. We built what they call a teardrop camper from the frame up. And we've been camping in that thing every year. And
it hasn't fallen apart.
And it hasn't fallen apart. It's got some issues, but
You guys are muted on me.
Uh-oh.
How do we get muted?
Hola?
Hello?
Hello.
I can't hear you guys. I don't know what happened. Everything blanked out, and now you guys are quiet.
Hello.
So, Artsy Doodle, if you can hear me, I just made Backroad built a moderator. Can you guys hear me? All right.
Yeah,
so Jeff hears us.
Yeah, he I don't know. He's having an issue. He jumped out. He'll probably be right back.
All right.
Phone probably overheated.
There we go. Oh. All right.
Here, can you hear us now?
I don't know what happened. You guys are quiet.
Huh.
Everybody else can hear us.
Phone's overheating.
Right now, at the time where I'm going to leave you to be your own, I've got to go for a minute.
Oh, you got to take a gen?
I have to go pee. It's that time of the show. It's almost the hour mark. So yep. I will be right.
10-4. I guess it's just you and I, Jasco.
Am I back? Yeah.
I don't know. Are you back? Can you hear me?
All right, I'm back. Yeah, I couldn't hear you guys. My wife got home, and my phone, I'm in one garage, she pulled into the other. My phone connected to her car.
Her car, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know why I couldn't hear you guys. I was like, what happened?
Yep.
She probably heard these strange men coming over her.
Right. So let's see. So give me a couple of mistakes that you made when you were just learning that people can look out for. You know, whatever, you know, let's talk miters. I have such a hard freaking time getting 4 boards to line up,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
still
and
do.
I it's like how do they do it? I mean, you know, I watch the great one. I watch old stories of the great one, Norm Abrams. I love. I mean, that guy just yeah, he's like the sensei of woodworking to me, you know. And they just bust out all these things, and I'm like, how in the frig do you get 4 boards to line up perfectly? And you know, I've been close. I've been real close a couple of times. And yes, I know you can take the screwdriver and rub it over the edges and stuff, but damn it, I want that shit to work. Then it's probably my cheap ass, you know, skill saw is not, its table saw is not straight. And I wouldn't even know how to go about making it straight if it's even
Yeah,
possible. But I just, damn it, you know, that bites my butt that I can't do that.
I hear you, brother.
I have an
That is
answer
one
for
thing you
that.
just mentioned. It. One thing I learned was the what? How I'm having a brain fart. Uh, getting lining your tools in. You know, getting your tools dialed in.
Right.
So like I never knew you had to dial them in like that. Like my miter saw, my table saw, my old table saw was out. I just thought that's the way it is, you know.
Right.
When I would tighten the fence would go crooked. And I just
Yeah.
thought that's the way it is, you know, until I get a new one. And then as YouTube, I learned there's ways to do it. There's ways to dial it in, and then when you do that, it's gonna make everything easier. You know that you're trying to get these joints, and your miter saw is out of whack, and you don't know it, and you're trying to get joints to line up, and they're not lining up. You feel like an idiot, but it's not that. It's just you got to get your tools more precise, I should say.
Right.
So yeah,
Right.
that was one thing I learned. You hit it on the head. It's a lot of it is that, and then another thing is the wood. I was just buying wood from Home Depot.
Right.
Not, and I still do. I buy my wood from like the big box store, just regular pine. It's warped, it's twisted. I'm not real good at. You have to. What is that called? Milling up your own wood, I should say. If you're
Yeah.
not going to mill up your own wood, you're going to have them problems, you know. And I don't have all them kind of tools to mill it up. I finally got a planer through somebody on watching my YouTube channel, sent me one to put on the YouTube channel, but I don't use it that much because I know a lot of people don't have them. So milling your own wood is a big one if you want to get straight joints and better miters, and making your tools, dialing your tools in is another good way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. The end grain thing was a big one for me. When you're like, I went and bought after I learned it. I went and looked at Lowe's or both of them in Home Depot about, you know, stay away from the center cut where you can see the circle, you know, in the end of the wood, or the, you know, the further you get away from that, the less it'll warp. And it was true. I bought a premium 4x4 that was as far as it could possibly be away from the center, and I cut it down into 1x, and sure enough, they were all just nice and straight, you know, when
Yep.
I cut them through, and I was like, damn, that works. That's cool as shit. And I liked that fact of taking that, like I cut them to 1 inch thick instead of 3/4. And even though that's 1/4 of an inch, you can see that it's not a piece of, you know, 1x4 that you bought from, you know, it's a full piece. But something I just found out. So I found a guy that's giving wood away, basically. Works at works at Swiss Air. Shut up, Deland. Anyway, so it's overseas wood, and their 2x4s, or what they're getting there, are like it's 2 3/4 inches wide by 3 what it's like a huge chunk. It's not a 2x4 by American standards at all. And I don't know what type of wood it is, but that was kind of cool getting some of them. And I've been playing around with them, and they've all been cutting beautifully, you know, into smaller pieces. But I don't know. It's just crazy. Have you messed around with the pallet stuff any? Have you got into that?
I haven't yet. That was one of my biggest headaches when I was doing YouTube. I mean, not YouTube, Etsy, was finding good wood. Like I would go to Home Depot once a week and I would pick through all the wood I went to like 4 different Home Depots around my area trying to find decent pieces of wood that I could, you know, with a nice grain that I could stain. And at first it wasn't a big deal, but as because I started in 2020, about right when the pandemic was starting.
Yeah.
And at that time you could find decent wood, but as time went on, it just kept getting worse and worse and worse. And I go now and it's like
still
trash
getting worse.
wood. I wondered if it was just here because I'm in the desert, you know. So everything we get here is dry and cracked, and it looks like trash. It really looks like trash. I was going to do a video about it because I last time I went, I was filming all the wood they had in the pile, and it's like, this looks like a trash pile. Like this, I don't know how they expecting people. And then the price is almost doubled. It's like $5 for a 1x4.
So I've talked about this on one of the lives, I believe, and I don't mean to step on you, but no, you are 100% correct. The big box stores, wood is just junk.
Yeah.
Now, last month, the end of the month, my son got married, and they rented 2 bourbon barrels for like the bar. So I went to Home Depot and bought 2 1x10s by 8 foot to set on the bourbon barrels, kind of like for the counter.
Yeah.
Almost $65.
Yeah.
And I was like, there is no way I'm keeping this. This is going back the day after the wedding. And it did. I took it back because I didn't need the wood. I only needed it for that moment. So I took it back. But now also, my son had asked me if I would make him some easels because he had an idea. It was an outdoor wedding out on our property, and he lined the road going back to where they were getting married with the easels that I made, and they put photos up because they wanted to surprise everybody. They actually got married in January. So, and the official wedding, I guess, was January, but September was their, you know, celebration for everybody else. So as you walk down the road, you saw the engagement photos. And then after the wedding, they flipped the photos over, and you've seen their actual wedding photos from when they got married in January, which was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
The point of the story is, I used 1x10s to make the easels. So I had to make 10 of them. To find wood that didn't have knots in them, to try and make 6-8 foot long strips to make the easels was hard. And I ended up having to buy more wood just to get good wood. And the couple of pieces that I thought were going to hold actually broke. So I made extras just in case. But the wood is just horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I hear you. I've been hearing that from my wife for years, but now I know what she's talking about.
Rusty has that problem too.
Whatever. All right, Jason. So have you connected with any other channels, that are, I know you guys like to run in circles, you bigger channels and stuff. Have you reached out or done anything or, with other channels?
Not nothing like this. There's a guy named Joe from he changed his name a couple of times. It's like DIY.
Yes. Joe, dude, I was
Joe,
at his house last week. I was at his house last week. No
Oh,
shit.
you were?
Yes.
Does he
I
live
love
close to
that
you?
dude. Yes, he does.
Okay.
Yeah. Joe is awesome, man. He is a good feller.
Yeah, he was DIY Dilemma. Is that the guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll be damned.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, he's been hitting me up from the beginning. We've been going back and forth. And then Bearded Viking. You ever heard of Bearded Viking?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bearded Viking. But we just never have we talk about it, but we've never done anything. There's so much to do, when you're doing this. Like, it doesn't seem like it, but trying to make shorts, trying to edit videos, trying to film the video, just filming what you're doing and trying to get all the right angles and stuff. It makes the process of building something 4 times at least longer.
Right. Yeah.
Than it would be. And it's kind of a pain in the butt, because sometimes you just want to go in there and build the dang thing,
Right.
Like, you gotta let me move the camera over here.
That's
Let
me.
me get me doing this.
That's
Yeah.
me. I wouldn't say I was prolific on my whiskey channel, but there really is nothing to, like, I did get a little uppity, and I went into a 2-camera system where I could, change shots, so that it kind of half-ass looked professional. But I mean, I was sitting in one spot, that editing. But woodworking, man, I'm trying to think, how am I going to do this? Just making the damn thing, much less wondering where the camera is going to be at and all that. And
you know what I end up doing?
What
is, and in a lot of cases, and I think it's different because you make a lot of smalls to sell or to help sell and stuff like that. But in a lot of cases, what I will do is I will make 2 of something. I will bust out what I'm going to make, so I have an idea of how I'm going to do it. And then once I get that done, I will film doing another one.
Right.
Actually making it.
Right.
Now, if it's a big, huge project, no, that's not going to work. But like the pumpkin shadow boxes I made, very simple. I really wanted to do a video to show using the jigsaw, because believe it or not, a lot of people out there don't have experience with jigsaws.
Yeah.
So I wanted to show just how easy it is to use a jigsaw. So I made the first shadow box. I was like, all right, now I have an idea how I want to film this. And I knew I was going to make 2 anyways, because my wife wanted a pair. So then I shot the video for the second one.
Yeah.
So as long as it's not anything too expensive, yes, I like to just knock it out. And sometimes I just want to get in the garage and go. I just want to build it, be done with it, not take 12 hours to make an hour-and-a-half project.
Yeah. And when you're learning something, you're doing something for the first time, like you said with carving, you were learning it for the first time. It's kind of hard to figure stuff out when you're also trying to figure out how to film it. You know what I mean? Because I'm also learning that. So that's a whole other element that you're adding in there. And sometimes, like, I watch the videos later and I'm thinking, man, why didn't I do this? You know what I mean? Like, if my head was completely into what I was doing, the building part of it, I might have thought of it. But you're trying to film it. You're like, oh man, I should have did this. It was so like, I get a lot of comments and I love them. Like, people tell me in the comments, like, hey, you could do this better. And to me, that's the whole, that's the best part, is the comments that I get. Like you said, the woodworking community is awesome. But sometimes they say stuff, hey, why didn't you try this? I'm like, man, that was so simple. Why didn't I do that? I could have done that. It would have been so much better instead of explaining all this, So, and also, like, when you're trying to learn something, you don't want to start building it and then go, oh man, I shouldn't have done it that way. Now I got to scrap that. You've already filmed it all. So that's a good idea, like you said, by filming, building it first, then building another one. And I do that sometimes. Like, I did wagon wheels in my last video, and I built I did this as a template first.
Oh wow!
And then I went back and I built one. I built the ones for the project, but I built this first, and this is not even glued. The joints came out pretty tight.
You know what I like? So some of the subscribers, and Kevin is really good at this. And Kevin, I'm throwing you out there. A lot of times we as makers, I'm going to say makers, we make things that are dual purpose, but we don't realize they're dual purpose until actually somebody pops up and says, hey, why don't you repurpose that for the same thing, but make it smaller, or do this? And there's a lot of times in the community, people will pop out and say that. I did make, I got into this whole fence picket thing when I first started the YouTube, and I made this shelf with a removable center, and I believe it had a heart in it. Well, in the video, I threw out and come, because it was for Valentine's Day. So I threw in the video that, hey, if you wanted to make this, come Halloween, you could pull the center section out, put a pumpkin in. Christmas, put a Christmas tree in. And that video did really well. Well, speaking of the easels, I was talking about how I had 10 easels laying around, nothing to do with. And I ended up giving them to my sister-in-law. But Kevin busts out, well, just make them smaller and use them as iPad or iPhone holders, or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow, that's just such a great idea, because if I would have had them on hand and didn't give them to a radio station, they would have just been sitting in the garage taking up dust, because what am I going to do with 10 easels? But yeah, it's the community that bring different ideas to different situations that really works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just the woodworking community. I don't know how other YouTube communities are, but everybody in the comments is mostly positive. I get a few people that say stuff, but for the most part, like, everybody is just great in the comments.
Yeah.
They give great advice. They're not jerks about it, And like you said, it's like everybody's learning from each other, and that's what I like about it.
Yeah.
I probably learn more from my comments than they're learning from me. Like when people go in there and they, hey, why don't you try, like you said, why don't you try this, or you could have done that, and it's like, oh man, that's really a good idea. Go ahead.
Go ahead. All right, I can say this with 100% certainty. They call it the tribe. We call it the tribe. I call it the community. However you want to put it. This community that we happen to be a part of, I have never met a more willing group of people to help you succeed in learning something completely new. Kind of like I said, I started getting into carving, and there's so many people out there that's just willing to help you with ideas and talk you through it and help you, where in some instances, some trades or some channels or some they want to be hush hush because, well, that's their bread and butter. Well, I'm not. It's my bread and butter is going to work 8 to 5, and that's my job. This is for fun. But everyone in this community has been fantastic, whether it's building, carving, painting, the resin and crafting artists that are in the community. Everybody is always willing to jump out, lend a hand, give ideas, and try to help you succeed. And that is fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that goes to DIY Dilemma Joe. The stuff that he gave me, like, he gave me some freaking mahogany pieces, he's like, oh, well, this is from a bed, and it was like 1x4s and stuff. And I was like, holy shit, that's mahogany. I was like, where am I going to go out and find mahogany? I mean, he just give me all kinds of shit. He's like, I'm just going to throw it away here. Just let's throw this on your truck, and let's throw this on your truck. And I'm like, damn, Joe, I'm going to have to come do yard work or something. I was like, holy crap, dude. There's, he's going to be moving or whatever. I was like, dude, when you get ready to move, I'm your dude. All right. You give me a call. I'm there. We're moving. Holy crap. You have bestowed upon me stuff. Just unbelievable. You're just a really, really nice guy. And yeah, there's a lot of really nice people. Oli makes, And he's on your, I've seen him on your lives and stuff.
Yeah.
And just a genuine nice guy, just way out there. Cold.
We had
What?
fun with Oli.
Yeah,
I don't know if you've ever seen any of the lives with Oli, but we put Oli through the ringer.
Yeah, we do.
Oli, he takes it on the chin and he runs with it. We've had people believing that he's been in prison and just got out of jail. We've had people believe that he robbed a car or stole a car, and I cannot say enough good about Oli. He's
another one I like watching. He did some videos with his wife, and that was pretty funny too.
Yep. All right, so let's get back to some questions here.
Can I ask a question, Rusty?
You've been asking questions. It's my turn.
All right, go ahead.
So, videos. What was one video that when you got done, you were like, this is a damn good video. You know what? This is awesome video right here. I busted my ass. This is good stuff. And then it didn't do nothing.
Oh man, there's been a lot of those. Man, a lot of those.
No, come on.
Lately, I don't know what happened to YouTube, but lately my videos haven't been averaging as high. I would say the cabinet one, for one, I spent a lot of time. That was probably one of my longest videos. It took me a while to build all these cabinets, and it didn't do anything. There's so many of them that are like that. And I'll tell you, on the flip side, the video that I was like, man, this video sucks. It's not going to do anything. It's probably my second best video as far as
that was my next question. Yeah,
it's got like 900,000 views. That one like stands out because that one I was like, man, this video sucks. I didn't really do it. I was kind of running late on it, and I just kind of rushed it at the end, and I thought it was going to do bad. It got like 800,000 views. It's got like my second best video. But like there's ones that I put all kinds, like just the last video, the wagon video that I did. I thought it was a good idea. I thought people would like it. I thought it was a cool thumbnail. I thought that would be a cool thumbnail. I got a picture of the wagon up there with a sign on it, and that didn't do anything. The one I did before that was my Halloween one. That one I didn't think it was going to be like the best video ever, but I just was putting the video out, and that one did okay, So yeah, it's really hard, man. Like even watching all these YouTube videos and doing what they tell you to do, it's really hard to figure out, oh, this is what I have an idea of it, but it's really hard to figure out like what people are going to like, what thumbnail people are going to click on.
So have you went through like editing how-tos? Like are you trying to incorporate any sort of new lighting techniques or editing, a certain way to, like there's some people do the jump through where it looks like you're jumping over something, or special effects, or, have you looked into, anything like that, or,
I haven't done anything like special effects wise. I try to make one of my farts echo a little bit, but other than that, it was
I love that.
Yes.
But other than that, no, mostly I think what I do more now is I try to do a lot of B-roll. So if I'm filming something, I try to show like different angles. Like I'll film like, especially if I have like, like something like this where you're cutting multiple things. Each one I cut, I'll cut it from a different angle. Instead of showing out the whole, every single one individually, I show it like from different angles. It looks like I'm cutting the same one, but really I cut like 5 of them, So I try to throw that in there.
So then that leads me to, now that a lot of creators and stuff, and I have found myself doing this, like when I'm watching something on TV or whatever, it looks like I notice the editing. Like, what did they do? Like in the 90s or whatever, you've got like your establishing shot, which is outside of the building or wherever it is. And then you've got like B-roll, like you were talking about. And then you've got like, different lighting aspects and all that. And it seems like I've I've noticed, in things like, oh wow, yeah, I like how they did that, because I mean, it's all a lot of these big movies, it's all editing. It's all, TV shows, it's all freaking editing. And it's oh, there, look, Ole, good solid screen presence.
Thank you, Ole. I appreciate you, brother. I haven't done anything with special effects. Like I use Premiere Pro to edit. I don't know what you edit your videos with. I use Premiere Pro. So I'm still learning that. Like that's a whole thing. And I'm constantly going on YouTube to try to figure out how could I green screen. A little bit of green screen stuff I've tried where I don't know if you like, so I'm not myself on a green screen like you are right now, but like I'll have like a graphic or something, and I'll make the background of it green, and then I bring it into the shot, and I take out the background, so it's kind of like right by me or something.
Yeah.
I've done that. I've dabbled with a little green screen lately.
Right.
But
No,
I'm always trying to make it better, make the videos a little bit better, learn something new to make it better, and that's all you can do.
No, I'm not green screening here. I'm actually in a Waffle House. I own this Waffle House here, and hey, get to work.
I'm just excited. You have given me the need to put out a new video only for the pure purpose of adding a fart to the soundtrack.
Right?
Because I was talking, and there were 4. There was you 3. You, Matt Carves, maybe Jordy from Carving Fusion, and one other person, I can't remember who it was, that I would not fart on the live. But now you have made it so comfortable for me, I may end up putting a fart in a video.
Hey, but you can't say anything. That's the trick. You just slip it in there while you're doing something, and people are like, "What? Did he just fart?"
Right at the most important time, just let one rip.
I always do that to my wife. She'll be watching something dramatic on TV, and I'm like, "What if one of them just farted right now?" And she's like, "Shut up! You're ruining it." They're crying on the screen, and I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "That's so realistic, though. I mean, if they want to make it like real life, they need to do this stuff." And she's like, "Shut up! You're ruining it."
Oh my God. The funniest thing, talking about farting, the funniest thing I ever seen was a short, I don't even know what it was about, but it was a guy walking his girlfriend to the car, and he opens the door and lets her in, and she gets in and shuts the door. And as he's walking around, she just freaking rips one. And then he gets in, and then it's a shot at the back seat, and his parents are sitting in the back seat.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God.
That one. I think there's actually a couple different versions of it. There's another one where his friends are in the back seat, and he's like, "Oh, have you met the Gillards or whatever?" And she's like, "Yeah." The wife's like, "Yeah, we met."
Oh my God,
that's awesome. Hilarious. I'm just simple-minded, I guess. I still think little things like that are funny.
Well, we're dudes. Farting is funny. I mean, the girls, they try to hide it.
Come in my video and they're like, "That's disgusting. I'm never watching your videos again," and stuff like that. There's a couple people, and there'll be dudes, I'm never watching your videos again, and I'm like, that's all it took.
Right.
So woodworking 52 made a very good point, and I don't know how to pull this one off because then it would be copying. But he says you can't just fart, DeLand. You have to have the Hulk figure too. Yes.
In his Home Depot.
Yes. You are correct. So, all right. We're gonna probably end this.
DeLand, if you would make Don's Woodshop a moderator there. He's been hanging out for a while. He's a good guy. I can tell he's a good guy.
Yeah, not a problem.
Oh, yeah. Don, he's always in my stuff. He is a good dude.
Yeah. All right. And you know what?
Don's Woodshop is now a moderator.
Boom. Subscribe to Don's Woodshop. Don, what? You got 2 videos out, buddy. I want to see another one. Come on.
And put your link in the chat, Don. Now that you're a moderator, you can.
Boom. Put your link in there.
Rusty has a show at 9.
Yes,
So
I
we're
do.
and my phone is down to about 24%. So we're gonna probably end this in about 10 minutes.
yeah.
But I do have 2 more questions that I want to ask that I've been waiting for all night. Rusty almost asked it a few minutes ago.
God damn it.
Almost. Do you have, not video wise, but do you have an all-time favorite build of something that you made and an all-time, say, I don't want to say flop, but least favorite? Do you have a favorite and a least favorite build that you've made?
And not in the videos?
Yeah, not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Probably one of my favorite things that I made was my kitchen buffet. It was my first time trying cabinet doors, where it's actually the shaker style door. That was probably my favorite thing. Like I look at it now, and there's all kinds of stuff I should have done differently. I used cheaper plywood than I probably should have used, and I wasn't. One side was good and one side wasn't, but I didn't pay attention. I had. But that's probably one of my favorite builds. It was one I'm most proud of. People come over and they see it. I still have it in my kitchen or in my dining room, and people are like, "You built that? The drawers and all?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So that's probably one of my favorites. As far as the duds, probably one of them the biggest duds I built, and it was on camera. I did a picture for one of my videos. And it was a cactus. I was trying to do some like wood art because I saw that was kind of doing okay on Etsy. So I tried to do some art with some picket fences that I had left over, scrap wood, and I did like a cactus, and it kind of looked like the galactic guy from Marvel. A lot of people were saying. And then I got the idea to put some flowers on it because I thought this is plain, and I just got some wood flowers off of Amazon and painted them, and they just didn't match it. It looked like crap. That was probably one of the biggest duds. My wife was going to bring it to work, and then I think she didn't really like it when it was done, and it's still sitting in my other garage.
Awesome.
But yeah, that's probably the biggest dud that I can remember.
Yeah. All right. So for the folks that want to follow me over to Beaver After Dark right here on YouTube. Beaver After Dark. It is not family friendly. It is adult only. It's different. It's different. It's not my channel. They just have me on because I don't know. I'm friends with all of them, but yeah. So immediately following this at 8 Central, 9 Eastern, whatever, Beaver After Dark. I will be over there. Thank you, Jason.
Don't leave yet. I want to say one thing to somebody that's in chat. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
So I don't know everybody's birthdays, but Greg Reynolds happens to be on my Facebook, and he is Facebook friends with me.
Yeah.
So Greg Reynolds had a birthday yesterday or the day before last. So I would like everybody to say happy birthday to Greg Reynolds.
Heck
Greg Reynolds is a subscriber, a channel member, and a good friend. So if everybody could say happy birthday to Greg, that would be awesome.
Yeah, happy birthday, Greg. Yeah, dude, he is a routing master. That guy right there can put out some routing pictures that are unfreaking believable. Happy birthday, Greg. And yeah, good stuff.
Now I wish I had my Facebook so I could see the pictures that he put up.
Yeah, it's he puts out some really good stuff. But anyway,
hold on, Rusty, and then we're gonna go. We will go after this. Every once in a while, we do, or we've done, and I plan on doing more. Doing lives to where people come on, and we'll have 4 or 5 people on here carving, so you can see what they're doing, how they're doing it. And one night, Greg was out here just with his palm router, just carving out people's faces. And it was like, holy crap, you did that with just a little router? And he's like, yeah, it's pretty easy. So yeah, he's impressive. But Jason, don't leave. We want to keep you backstage for a few minutes. But everybody, Rusty, do you have any final thoughts? I kept interrupting you. Sorry.
Whatever. You always interrupt me. Yes, I just wanted to say thank you, Jason. It's a freaking honor, and just come hang out with us. And I love that you're keeping in the woodworking community, and you're not unattainable. I think that's freaking awesome. Hashtag Rusty is the best. Thank you, Ollie. Oh Lord. And look, man, hey, I know you do some lives and stuff too. You want to come back on, you want to hang out, you want to promote something, freaking hit us up, dude. We'll come out. Occasionally we like to play. There's some games and stuff that we play. We have played in the past, and just fun stuff.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you guys letting me on here.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome that you hung out with us. But Rhinestone,
what you guys are doing for the community.
Hell yeah, man. We like it.
The community has done so much for us. It's amazing. So I mean, if this is just a little small piece.
Do you schedule your lives, Jason, or are they random?
They're usually random. I got to get better at scheduling them, like you guys. I just whenever I'm gonna do it, I go on. I'm always afraid I'm not gonna be here. Like on the weekends, my wife's like, "We gotta go here, we gotta go there." So I'm like, all
right. We got to go to the outlet mall for the sale.
Yeah. So I try to schedule, and like it always something comes up, and so I just randomly go on.
Okay.
So Jason, do you have anything you want to share before we end?
Yeah. Is there like a project coming up that we need to be excited about?
I'm working on Christmas stuff right now. That's my next video is going to be a Christmas video. I just started it today. So it takes me usually probably a week to film, and then another 3 or 4 days to edit, and then I'll have it up. But yeah, so look out for my Christmas video. I was going to do a turkey one, but I ran out of time.
I hear you.
Awesome.
I'm going for next year.
All right, everybody.
Again, like I said, thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the community.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
We're going to go ahead and end it. I've got about 15% left on my phone, but I do want to thank every single one of you that's been here tonight. The new people that are here tonight, thank you. This core group of people that are here week after week after week and put up with Rusty and I, this is why we enjoy doing this, trying to have guests and just hanging out with you guys. I appreciate you. We appreciate you. And thank you so much for being here. Without you guys, this would not be possible. So thank you. But we're going to go ahead and end it. We will see you next Thursday. And I will probably do a live doing some carving or something here and there. But other than that, we will see you next Thursday. Thank you. And have a great night.
Later, folks. Everybody.